Again, Dana Hartley, and I want to welcome everyone to another in our series of very hot and upcoming new franchises. And today we're going to introduce you to one of, again, like I said, our newest franchises. This webinar will last about 20 minutes or so, and it's really just designed to give you a sneak peek of a new concept. And I think you're going to find this one very appealing. It's extremely unique, and I think it's going to be very exciting for you as well. I will give you a brief overview of why we at FranNet like this franchise, and then Justin, our franchisor, will give his presentation. And today's format, we're not going to do any Q&A afterwards, so if you do have questions, you're welcome to call me afterwards. My number is 760-580-5629. And with that, we will get going on why does FranNet like this franchise. So one of the things is semi-absentee, keep your day job. We are really finding that a lot of our clients really prefer to have a franchise that they only have to put in about 15 hours a week into. And one of the reasons for that is, again, that they can have income diversification, and they can also go ahead and keep their full-time day job, but not be putting all their eggs into one basket. Because you never know when layoffs are going to occur again. So you really want diversification is really important in today's economy. And then thirdly, they don't need to have just one full-time job. So it's nice to have, different options for them. Fast ramp up. This is huge. And also very low overhead. So that's important. Also, this is, like I said earlier, it's a unique brand, and there is no direct franchise competition. And we hear that, again, a lot from our clients is, they worry if there's a lot of competition out there. And with this unique franchise, you're not going to have to worry about that. Also, it is a reasonable cost of entry. And then the other part that's really important is the reoccurring revenue model, which means that you're going to be able to forecast what your revenue is from month to month, and that's important when getting into business for yourself. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn everything over to Justin and let him explain more about this exciting franchise. So go for it, Justin.
All right, Dana, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me on the call today. Again, everybody, my name is Justin LaCava, and just so you kind of know where I'm coming from, I personally have been in franchise development now for, going on 17 years. 11 of those years, have been in fitness, so fitness is pretty much most of what I know, and today I'm proudly speaking to everybody about one of our newest concepts, which is AKT. If I could sum up in a few words or less what AKT is, it's simply the perfect marriage of dance and HIIT training. Now, AKT is also a part of the Exponential family of brands. For those of you not familiar with Exponential Fitness, Exponential Fitness, put simply, is a curator of boutique fitness concepts. The team at Exponential has been developing boutique fitness businesses for over 20 years. We have right now 8 different brands that we're working on in modalities like Pilates, rowing, stretching, bar, and yoga. And across our 8 different concepts, we have over 1,400 locations open and operating, so we likely have multiple locations and multiple brands in your home market. And we have another 2,000 locations in development across these 8 brands. And right now we're opening over 50 new locations every single month. So even though AKT is relatively new to the Exponential family of brands, there's really nothing emerging about the people, the processes, the systems, the tools that are behind AKT's success. And what's also pretty exciting and unique about Exponential and being a part of Exponential is, number one, we are the largest boutique fitness company in the country by a pretty big gap. The next largest company out there would be Orange Theory Fitness, which has about 1,000 locations open and operating today. But we also have multiple modalities and multiple brands. So towards the end of this year, we're going to be implementing a very special membership. We're calling it the X-Pass. So towards the end of this year, all of our franchisees across all of our different brands will be able to sell a special membership which will essentially be additional class credits so their members can use those class credits to not only work out at their studio, but work out at any exponential brand. We just see it as a way to deliver more of what people want, and I think just present our customers a much more attractive product. Interestingly enough, most people in fitness already have multiple gym memberships, so we see that there's a very exciting opportunity to give them more variety, more workouts, more experiences in a much more affordable, accessible, and convenient way. So AKT is our newest addition. Again, it's the perfect marriage of dance and HIIT training. It's a full body workout where you're going to be going through different types of intervals depending on the class. It is developed by a celebrity fitness trainer. Her name's Anna Kaiser. She's a professional dancer. She's been in fitness for over 20 years and essentially kind of took her passion for fitness and passion for dance and developed a very unique program of exercise. Now here at AKT, the workout is broken out into 4 different class types. In each of these different classes, you're going to work out your entire body from all different angles and all different phases and all different planes. The dance class, for example, alternates between a cardio or a strength interval, and then you do a dance interval, where you're learning a dance combination over maybe a 2 or 3 week period of time. And then in between the dance intervals, the cardio and strength intervals will include like lower weight, higher rep type of exercises. We also have a bands class. During the bands class, let me kind of show you a picture of the studio just so you can kind of get a visual of what we're talking about here. So if you look up in there in the ceiling, you'll see a weight-bearing structure. So we can throw resistance bands over those weight-bearing structures. We pull out the plyometric boxes. We also can incorporate hand weights. And we can do interval-based sports workouts, so doing like a lot of soccer taps or overhead resistance bands, utilizing the box. We also have a circuit class. This is kind of like your power class. This is your classic, high-intensity interval training class. And then we have a tone class, which is 45 minutes of resistance training, followed by 15 minutes of foam rolling. So I think the takeaway here from the different types of classes that we have, it's much more than just dance. I mean, this is movement-based. This is HIIT training. There's a combination of all these different modalities working together to deliver what we feel is one of the most effective and efficient workouts today. And lastly, it's insanely fun. And I think that really is the spirit of AKT, and that is fitness should be fun. It's a huge part of many people's lives. And if you're spending 4, 5, 6 hours a week working out, you should have fun doing it, of course, while you're getting results. So in addition to the exciting programming, when you look at how we're building out our studios, it's dark lighting, there's very loud music, there's a bump and disco ball, which you can kind of see in the ceiling there. The environment, it's very warm, it's very positive, it's very uplifting. And how we program our classes, we also endeavor to make the programming very welcoming, very approachable, very accessible. So it appeals to a wide range of different people. So it gives you, again, a little bit of insight into kind of who we are and what we do. I also want to spend just a few minutes here also talking to you guys about, what we provide as a franchisor to support our franchise partners. So with any exponential brand, we provide complete franchise support and fulfillment in every aspect of the business. I think a good way to describe any one of our business models is that it's an executive manager-run model. In most cases, we would discourage the franchisee from working, behind the desk, so to speak, and instead, hire an employee to fulfill that position. AKT is a very simple, straightforward model. When you really break down what's happening in the studio, there's not much happening in terms of transactions. Most of the work is done online. Most of the transactions are automatic, like a membership-based payment. Customers can easily manage their account and profile and reservations through a mobile app. So once a customer walks through the front door, all the work's already been done. There's also a pretty exciting employment opportunity as well. We have, depending on the size of the membership base, you might have as many as 6 to 8 instructors when you first get started, and then round your team out with a total of maybe 8 to 12 total instructors. And the instructor and the employee in this business, I think it's an attractive employee to work with, primarily because they're educated and they're motivated by this opportunity to positively impact people's lives. So you'll find that there's a very strong employee retention opportunity, with the caliber of employee that we need in this business. And as part of the support that you receive, we have a director of education who leads a team of master instructors, and they will identify instructors for you. Again, remember, here at Exponential Fitness, we have over 1,400 studios open and operating today across 8 different fitness modalities. So we know how to find instructors. We know where to find them. We have national resources, regional resources, local resources that we can tap into. And we want to set up our franchisees for early success, and we feel helping them make the right hiring decisions is an important step. So our team of master instructors will be involved in the recruiting process. They'll be involved in the interviewing process. They'll be involved in auditioning your employees. And then they'll make suggestions to you on which ones you should hire, which ones have the right skills, which ones have the right personality. And then we train all of your employees for you. They'll go through instructor training and certification, and once that training is complete, we will continue to support them. So all of the workouts, the choreography, all of the content, all of the music, everything is produced directly by AKT. So we will deliver that workout recipe, so to speak, to your instructors for them, to follow on a daily basis. So regardless of where you are in the country, studios are running, the same classes on the same days. And that's a big piece of support, because in most fitness businesses, you'll find instructors are responsible for developing all of their own workouts and developing all of their own playlists, which is like another part-time job, and they typically don't get paid for that work. So because of the support that we provide, I think it just helps develop a much happier, supportive working environment. They can just focus on what they enjoy doing most. As a franchisee, it means a lot less for you to manage and a lot less headaches to deal with. And as a franchisor, it's part of how we can ensure that the quality and the consistency of classes being delivered across the country, again, are following that AKT and exponential formula for success. Now, in addition to providing support around hiring and staffing and training your employees, we provide support in every other aspect of the business. So we've got a full-service in-house real estate team that will collaborate with vetted local brokers and vetted national brokers in identifying all the ideal pieces of real estate within your preferred areas. We'll also spearhead the whole lease negotiation review process to get you set up in a great lease. Once a lease is signed, we have the construction team that includes a design team and a development team. We'll take the prototypical plans for an AKT space. Typical size space is about 2,000 square feet, and inside that space we can accommodate upwards of 30-plus people per class. And we're usually going into inline retail centers. So if you think about like where you go to buy your groceries or grab a cup of coffee or maybe dropping off some dry cleaning, those are all great targets for an AKT or exponential brand. So our construction and design team will take the prototypical plans for an AKT space, fit that to your property, bid that work out to local contractors, and then manage and oversee those contractors for you throughout construction. So franchisees' level of involvement during that period of time is just simply popping in, taking some pictures, maybe even FaceTiming with the construction team just so they can verify that the work is being completed on time. So we provide a lot of support on the front end because we don't want franchisees to have to put a lot of time and energy into figuring out, well, how do I quantify what's a good space, or what type of floor tiling should I need? It's a very turnkey build-out solution. And that allows the franchisee to focus more on their grand opening. That's a key strategy to how we set up our franchisees for early success. And if you talk to AKT franchisees or any franchisees across all of our exponential brands, you'll find they all ramp up very quickly. Now, speaking of ramping up and marketing, we also have a full-service in-house advertising team that will build each franchisee a turnkey executable marketing plan that's tailored specifically to their market. So everything is professionally produced, for the franchisees. Typically, is an integrated approach that works best, and we have found in most markets it's a combination of digital efforts and grassroots efforts that deliver the best results. We also have a 16-week pre-sale campaign, so we can immediately start marketing and promoting and selling memberships as soon as we have a lease signed. And that will continue, through construction. Once construction is complete, we launch into a 4-week soft opening and then finish strong with a weekend grand opening. So that pre-sale campaign, again, is a big part of what's driving early success. And again, if you decide to learn a little bit more about any one of our exponential brands, we can get you in touch with franchisees, but you'll find a good percentage of them do generate enough revenue going into their very first month to cover those operational expenses through that pre-sale program. But overall, when you take a step back and look at all of the support that we provide, the owner's role in this business is to be the executive. So you're spending your time in a few key areas. Number one, building the community and culture, which is just another nice way of saying providing some leadership and motivation to a small team of employees. That team would include about 8 instructors, 1 store manager, and then 1 to 2 front desk employees. You'll also spend some time managing your business through the financials, so tracking key performance indicators around marketing, sales, and customer engagement. And we track these together. This is a collaborative effort. So if we see a franchisee trending downwards in one key area, we can proactively reach out to our franchisees to give them a solution to get right back on track. This is special technology that we've built specifically for our exponential brands, and this technology and this approach to support is a key reason why we have had 0 closures and 0 failures under all the exponential brands. And then lastly, we're also looking for franchisees that are advocates for who we are and what we do. We think it's of course important that everybody makes money, but we also think it's important that people enjoy what they're doing. Last thing I wanted to touch upon are the financial performance representations. We can take a deeper dive into these at a later discussion, but inside our franchise disclosures document, we provide the results of our existing stores. Average gross revenue is about $1.2 million, which is pretty good considering the size of the space, about a 2,000 square foot space. And then lastly, we'll go through, just touch upon the initial investment here for as well. So total project cost ranges from $332,000 on low end to about $500,000 on the high end. And we do have some requirements in terms of liquidity and net worth. So liquidity requirement is $100,000. And the net worth requirement, if you're looking at opening a single location, is $500,000. 2 locations would be $750,000, and 3 locations would be $1 million. Those are in place primarily because that's what landlords will be looking for in order to open multiple stores. So Dana, those are the main points I wanted to touch upon today. Let me flip it back over to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin. That was awesome. And as you can all see, there are some very unique attributes to this franchise. And personally, I belong to a boutique fitness brand, and I love it. So big fan of this type of a franchise. So what is next? You are all going to receive an email, and in that email there'll be a recording of today's presentation, but there'll also be a link to this assessment. And what this assessment does is it helps us pre-qualify you to see if you're a good fit for this type of franchise. It only takes about 30 to 40 minutes, and once you're done with that, the results will be shot over to the person who's the consultant in your area. But it's a great place to start and do this prior to talking to the franchisor. The next step after that is the consultant in your area. Like I said, they'll get your results, then they'll call you up and they'll talk to you about those results, and then they'll talk to you about the next steps, which is a very specific process that we go through here at FranNet. And just keep in mind, and I'm not sure if you've all heard this, but there's absolutely no cost to any of what we do. Everything we do is free, and we're here to help coach you through the process if it's what you want to embark on. So, again, we appreciate you all taking the time to be here, and we thank you so much. Justin, thank you again. And everybody have a great rest of your day here. Bye-bye.